Good morning, dear students. I am Dr. P. Benjamin Rozario, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, Cuddalore. Now I am going to explain about the powers and rights of auditor. Before going into the powers of auditor, let me give the brief information about powers and rights. So, in carrying out any given responsibilities or duties by an individual, it is necessary that a person should have been given rights and powers which is needed for him to exercise during the time of execution of his given duties and responsibilities. So, without having powers or rights to carry out the given task, the task may not be able to carry out or executed by the person in an efficient manner. So, in order to carry out any responsibilities or duties, it is necessary that a person is having the adequate powers and rights. So, here the auditor needs to be given a required amount of powers in order to carry out his duty as in conducting the auditing. So we are going to see about what are the rights which is needed for the are given to the auditor to conduct his auditing in an efficient manner. So first right is a right of access to books of accounts. So as the auditor needs to verify and check all the records which is maintained by the company during that particular year, which is includes all the records which is maintained by the company in that particular year. So here the auditor needs to have the right to have access to all the records and books of accounts which is maintained by the company to verify whether those records have been properly recorded and properly maintained. Then second one is the right to call for information and explanations. Whenever the auditor is finding any incorrect information or improper information, those things needs to be clarified from the person by whom it has been prepared. So the auditor has been given the right or power to call for information and explanation from the respective individual, one who has carried out or recorded those information, so that the auditor will be able to ensure whether those records are revealing proper information or whether those records have been properly recorded and maintained. The next rights is a right to receive notice of and attend general meeting. So here the auditor is having the right to attend the meetings which is being arranged by the company to discuss various matters for the benefit of the company. So the auditor is having the right to receive notice of those meetings which is being conducted by the company to discuss about the business operations, and in which he will be able to, or he has been given the right or power to express his opinions and suggestions for the betterment of the company. And then fourth one is a right to sign audit report. So here the auditor needs to prepare the report as it is instructed or expected by the person or by the company or organization by whom he has been appointed to conduct the auditing. So in that record, the auditor is having the right to sign so that it is authorized by the auditor that he has prepared and he has submitted the reports. Next one is right to visit branches. So whenever there is a necessity to ensure the accuracy of records the auditor is having the right to visit the branches in order to have the physical inspection or verification, especially in the case of verification and evaluation of assets. So, when the assets are lying in branches, it is necessary that the auditor needs to inspect or verify in person individually by him to ensure whether those assets are really kept in the branches or not. So, for which the auditor is having the right to visit the branches at any point of time during the course of auditing to execute his performance properly. And then right to have legal and technical advice. So, whenever there is a necessity for the auditor to get any legal advice and technical advice in order to check whether the company have followed all the legal requirements, in that situation, the auditor can able to get the legal advice from the person. So, likewise, whenever there is a valuation of assets is being carried out, when the auditor is not having the adequate knowledge to ensure whether those assets have been valued properly, in those situations, the auditor can get the help of the technician, one who knows about the particular technology, to check whether those assets is being valued properly or not. And then right to receive remuneration, as all the employees are having right to receive salary from the company. Likewise, as the auditor is doing his service or rendering his service for the benefit of the company by way of verifying and checking the transaction to ensure whether the company is maintaining the proper records properly or not. So, as he is rendering the service, he is having the right to receive remuneration from the company. And then finally, a right to be indemnified. So, here when the auditor is receiving remuneration, he would have given the detailed information about what are the things which is going to meet or covered from the remuneration which is received from the company. So, if any legal advice or technical advice is received by the auditor during the course of conducting the auditing, any expenses incurred by him, for example, payment of fees to the legal person and technical person, those amounts can be claimed from the company. So, this is what a right to be indemnified. So, these are some of the rights of auditor while conducting the auditing. I hope that this video would have enlightened you to understand about what are the powers and rights which is given to the auditor for conducting the auditing and in order to complete the auditing activities in an efficient manner. Thank you all.